Hi Scorpio, welcome to your end of August 2018 tarot update. It's Rena here. So I've laid out the cards because I was just like kind of rambling, talking about trying to figure out about the Heart of the Matter card, because I was talking about the eclipses. And actually it was funny because I kind of wish I would have kept that recording. I was saying how I chose this deck to use the Wild Unknown Tarot, and saying how it always reminds me of it's Scorpionic because it's Gothic, and this was the first card that I pulled, which is your card, the Death card. But the way, you know, this illustration is so hilarious to me as the Death card. It looks like a plucked chicken. But anyway, I was in my mind trying to figure out what houses your eclipses have been in. So in July 12th, there was a solar eclipse in Cancer, which is your 9th house. Then at the end of that month, we had a lunar eclipse in Aquarius, and that was in your 4th house of home and family. So a lunar eclipse is a very powerful full moon, endings, irrevocable endings that deal with home and family and mother. So what I was saying before was that the Death card, people often jump to the conclusion that it's physical death. And I guess it's possible that that could be what happened. And with the 4th house lunar eclipse, that may have seen some endings regarding mother, regarding home. This would have probably played itself out by this point, because we're talking about something that happened weeks ago. And this is the aftermath of that. However, you know, and I should state that this might be even something that happened a few months ago, because you're focused on it, but that doesn't mean it just happened. Sometimes people hold on to things for quite a while, or they have to deal with things for quite a while. But it doesn't have to be physical death. I mean, it could be the ending of a job. It could be retiring. And so it could be something that you have willingly done, but it's something that is taking adjustment. So that's what I wanted to get out. And then we have this solar eclipse that, as I record this on August 15th, just happened in your 10th house of career. So this could be like new beginnings, seeds being planted that will bear fruit within the next 30 or 40 days or even longer. And so that can be very great for career matters. But it can still be considered a death, because even if you get like a promotion, you might be leaving a certain office full of people that you've grown fond of. And it may be an adjustment. So we always have to think of beginnings as endings and endings as beginnings. It's really a chicken and egg syndrome, pardon the pun with that plucked chicken there. It's like, what comes first, the beginning or the ending? Okay, so by the way, I did pick these 2 challenge cards. By the way, one thing that I had noted as I was pulling these cards, and I was filming this the first time around, I have one of these cards. I'm going to show you the back of this card. And one of these cards has a little rip in it. And that bugs me, because I'm always kind of like, you know, afraid that I would know exactly what card it was. And what if I picked it? Then I would know what card it was. So I saw it and I wanted to pick it, but then I was like, yeah, but I know what card it is, and yet I don't know what card it is. I just know that it's ripped. So I don't I don't know why I'm telling you this, but I really wanted to pick that card. I think maybe at the end of this reading I'm going to pick that card and see what it is. And then I have to try to figure out how to do something to disguise the ripped quality, maybe using black ink, so that this deck isn't totally shot. Okay, so the 2 cards I picked as the challenge are the Star card and the Seven of Wands. Now, I'm going to just set these down. Now, if you are going through some major shift in your life, Scorpio, and you have this star card as a challenge card, it could be saying to you that you have doubts about your new life. The star card is all about having faith in the unseen. And believing that you are guided by something beyond this world. So it could be spirit guides, it could be somebody who has crossed over. Maybe that is the death card. Somebody who's crossed over who is helping you to make good decisions at this time of transition. Who knows? God, if you want to, if you feel that you have that personal connection, or just your intuition. And you may feel that you don't have any of this, that you're just feeling fear, you're feeling confusion, you're feeling like, what if this happens, what if that happens? And then with the Seven of Wands, there can also be this feeling of not being good enough. I know some people who know about the tarot, they'll say, that's not what the Seven of Wands represents. I get that once in a while. That's what I felt like saying about the Seven of Wands, because I think of somebody who's got a chip on their shoulder, who's defensive, or perhaps even is dealing with somebody in their life who is kind of creating that dynamic where they feel like they have to defend themselves. It's very important, if you ever want to read tarot, that you understand, because I have seen this in instructions on how to read the tarot, that you learn what the meaning of the cards are and then put your own spin on it. Because it's not enough to just, parrot what the definition is of each card. It's really about using this as a base and then running away with it, letting your imagination take you wherever it goes, or your intuition, really, not just your imagination. And this can also be in regards to people in your life. So you could be dealing with an Aquarius, you could be dealing with a fire sign individual, like an Aries person, a Leo person. We know Scorpios are with Leos, or a Sagittarian. And this could be a sibling or a co-worker or a lover, ex-lover in the picture who is hindering your life in some way. The fact that I picked these two cards together, I mean, there could even be a situation with a lover's triangle and you're dealing with an Aquarius. I'm talking about the star card. It's associated with Aquarius. And a fire sign individual. The death card indicates that something has ended. But it may be, like, for instance, if you have decided that you no longer love your spouse, you may still be married to the person. You may be in love with somebody else, but you're still married to this person. You still have ties to another person. So that's one example. Or you're working one place and you want to work another place. And actually, with Aquarius and the star card, it could even be in some kind of intuitive field, like astrology, like, I guess, the tarot. But it's Aquarius is associated with astrology. But I would say any kind of medium where you exercise your telepathy or psychic powers. And being a water sign, you've got them from birth, I mean, that's just how water signs are. So very interesting. We look at the foundation card, and it's actually anti-foundation because it's a Three of Pentacles in reverse. This card in the workplace can indicate real lack of cohesiveness among you and others who are working together on a project. So they may be very hard to get along with, and maybe they're out for themselves, and that is why that was the last straw for you, but you haven't left that place. In a personal relationship, you may have realized that a person that you thought you were going to spend the rest of your life with, you cannot for whatever reason. The spiritual message is the Sun card. This is one of my favorite drawings in this particular deck, and you see that core, that red, but I just love the fact that these are pen and ink drawings. And this card is one of the most positive cards. Okay, some of the keywords of the Sun are healing, prosperity, love, success. This is the spiritual position. So it's not so much saying anything about your situation right now. I think it's talking about the ultimate, the ideal, what to shoot for, what to keep in your mind's eye, which could be the third eye, visualization, manifestation, the potential. Maybe you've been barking up the wrong tree with a certain relationship, with a certain workplace situation. You've stayed there too long. You've allowed yourself to be treated in a way that you don't deserve to be treated. Maybe somebody is actually being unnecessarily critical of you in order to kind of get you off your game. That's what this, to me, the Seven of Swords is, of Wands is always that kind of tactic of trying to get somebody in a defensive posture in order to make them doubt themselves. Because when you're trying to answer for yourself, you're not in a position of power anymore. The practical advice is connected to the Two of Swords. So this is about saying, shit or get off the pot. I hate to use profanity in these readings. I apologize because I'm trying to be a little bit more enlightened than that, but sometimes there's no more perfect way of saying it. And this is a card of having to make a decision about something. You know what I like? I like that Sun is right in the middle there. I don't know exactly why they chose that, but if I'm looking at this Sun, it's like in order to get what you want, you have to make a choice. If there are any Sun in Scorpios watching this video and you have the Moon in Libra or you have Mars in Libra, this could be the bane of your existence, trying to make decisions, because Libra is notorious for that, or maybe even Gemini. However, it feels really good when you can decisively go in a particular direction. That's what I think of the Death card. I think of like closing the door on something and feeling good about it, not feeling like, oh, am I making the right decision? Having that doubt plaguing you, which I think the Star card is kind of talking about. What is coming in is represented by the Justice card. This is connected to Libra. And so whether this is a timing card that, this the Sun in Libra, which is late September to late October, or the Libra new moon in early October, if that's going to be when this situation gets resolved, or whether it's a person, or justice, fairness, balance. Perhaps it's in the upright position. Maybe you will be treated fairly in whatever decision you have made about some particular workplace situation or relationship situation. This can be about some kind of divorce, and that could definitely, if you have two people and one person is your current spouse, then you could be deciding to seek that route. So that means the legal route. Not saying that you're getting a divorce right now, but you might have decided that that's what you're going to do. The outcome is the Mother of Pentacles, which connects to the Queen of Pentacles. This is a card of, well, it's a card of several things. It's a card of a sense of mastery over the material nature, but in a feminine way. You know, like the King of Pentacles is like, wow, I am loaded. I make so much money. I've got nice things, blah, blah, blah. So look at all the things I have. Look at this successful business I have. The Queen of Pentacles, the feminine version of this, which is a double feminine energy, is look at this wealth I have, but it's on an inner level too. It's not just dollars and cents, but it might be that you feel serene, that you feel like you are connected to Earth, that you are connected to your home, that you are, maybe, again, if you are somebody who is retiring, you may have some kind of a negotiation that needs to be made in regards to your finances. And because of that, that may indicate that, let's say you're retiring and you're getting this payout, you're able to have a comfortable home. You're able to enjoy your home. You know, if you've been working for years and years, and you've just, been able to sustain that home, now you're able to really enjoy it. You're able to take time to smell the roses. Pentacles, the earth, earthy things. The Queen is, the mother is the nurturer. And even in this picture, you see the mother with her child. Well, whatever, with the dough. And, perhaps you're pregnant. And you're with someone who you feel like maybe you were not willing to invest more time into a partner who you felt was not good for your future. That's always a possibility. And now you feel like you're on the right track, whether you're going to be alone, whether there's another person that you feel more confident is marriage material or partner material. I don't know, but it's a definite card of financial well-being, as well as just having that serenity in your life. So that's really good. Okay, and one thing I didn't tell you about, Scorpio, is that I have been picking one additional card from the Akashic Tarot deck. So I'm going to do that for you too. And you got the King of Forces. So I will tell you, aren't those purples really nice? Okay, let me read this from the book. I did get that for another sign. So they have these it might be like the King of Wands. So that would be like another fire energy. This is called the Akashic Tarot, but it is not corresponding to the other tarot. It doesn't have as many cards, although some of the cards do seem like they connect with the regular tarot. A man standing by a stream is surrounded by different animals of the woods. The power of nature is all around him, in the earth below his feet, the water running by, and the star-filled nebula in the sky above. Yet he is a force himself, exerting calming influences on the wolf and the rabbit, which are natural enemies. Upright, this card indicates the presence of a man who has a powerful and positive energy. He comes with good intentions, gentleness, and honesty resonate from him. If you don't know this man yet, his energy will be coming into your life soon. He could bring support for a special project, a work issue, or just your life in general. He may also be a potential love interest. So in order to be open to receiving a man of honor, make sure that you engage in honoring and being tender towards yourself. For you or a man around you, there could be a position coming in any of the careers natural to the King of Forces, such as electronics, astronomy, physics, geology, alternative fuel, any of the earth sciences, and new industries in environmental care. Any activity connecting with earth energy and nature are beneficial to you at this time. Whether you are male or female, this also reveals an important side of yourself. Feel the balance and beauty of nature and know the powerful forces always moving within and around you. You know, it's so funny. I just realized that I wasn't picking those cards for this particular set of readings. I was doing that for my love readings. So for some reason, I needed to tell you that, Scorpio, and I'm looking for that card that's got the chip on it, but I can't seem to find it, and I don't want to take up your time, so I guess I'll leave it there. And I hope that you enjoyed this, and if you'd like a private reading, the link to my website is below this video, rainamoonastrology.com. Take care, Scorpio. Bye.